Hi guys, welcome back to Fimpact. Today I'm going to go through the top 3 traders I think you should copy in 2021 on the Etoro's copy trader facility. Before we begin, hit that like button. I know it does something to the YouTube algorithm, so people who can't normally see this video would get to see this video. My name's Annika and I make videos on personal finance, investing and careers every single week. So if you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button down below and let's begin. Now, Etoro's copy trader facility is revolutionary. It allows you to copy in real time every trade that trader makes without you actually having to go and open and close those trades yourself. You're basically giving your investment to that trader to control. Some of the traders have too many copiers and then they reach their maximum limit and therefore you can't copy some of the most popular traders. These are some of the traders that have not yet reached their full limit but may do. So make sure you stay tuned and watch this video so that you know which ones you can go and check out, but also remember to do your own research as well. So guys, let's open up Etoro very quickly. I'm going to be opening up my virtual account for demonstration purposes. So here we go. If you remember from my previous video, which if you haven't already watched, is about the copy trader facility, I opened up a trade with Will Petch. I started copying his portfolio, and just looking back into my virtual account, we can see that the $1,000 that we put in that day for the demonstration is now $44, and that was a 4.4% gain in the last, I guess, 10 days since I made the video. So that's pretty good actually. So let's go on to copy people. And one of the guys I really recommend that I use in my real account is Eddie B123, Ed Butler. So the reason I like this guy and I like his trading strategy is because he, as he mentions here, he invests in growth technology stocks. He even uses things that could be the future, such as cryptocurrencies, cannabis researchers, suppliers, solar power. He's very forward looking in his approach. And I also like that he's got the long-term approach. I've also managed to get a fair amount of return with him. So if we go up to the portfolio he invests in, so if you go into his portfolio, he's got gold, he's got Facebook, you know, you can go through each one separately. I like that he's got Ethereum. I'm very bullish on Ethereum, especially for this bull run. So when I use copy traders, I try to look at traders that do have a slight cryptocurrency exposure, but nothing too substantial. With cryptocurrencies, I don't know what everyone's approach is. My approach is just to buy and hold for the long run, but which is why I like to be careful about their cryptocurrency exposure. So let's look at his returns. Now, this is the exciting part. His returns are very good and they're going to get even better as these industries start becoming more and more prominent in the society we live in today. So you can see his chart looks very good. And we go into his stats. Right. So his return, we can see for 2019 was 19%, 2020, 40, well, nearly 50%, which given this was the whole pandemic, I think he's performed very well compared to other people because most people saw losses in their portfolio. He's actually been investing in tech stocks, which we do know that because everything during the pandemic had gone to remote working, people were ordering takeout, groceries, whatever, all that sort of market dominance in those sectors have meant that a lot of tech stocks have performed well, and you can see that from his returns as well. So yeah, for 2021, in the last, it's not even the whole month of January, he's already made 5.61% return. He's got great returns and his risk portfolio is not very high. Currently the risk is 4, average risk score of 4 for the last 7 days, which I think is really good, especially because technology can be rather risky, especially when it's got such a forward-looking approach. But I do think when you're investing in technology, the returns can be a lot higher than investing in some other stocks. I started copying him around July 2020. So from there, I've managed to see some reasonable returns since that day. So for my second pick, actually my second pick was also an editor's pick for Etoro. So both Etoro and I agree that this guy is brilliant, but he's also riskier. So I'd like you to check out his risk profile before you go ahead and invest. So guys, the second guy I would like you guys to check out is Joey Dijkstra. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but he's good. His risk profile is higher. It's around 5. So if you have a look, it's number 5, and he is fairly trending right now. His copiers have increased by 84% in the last 7 days. I only started copying him quite recently, and that was because of his focus on commodities and cryptos. Cryptos is quite risky. However, currently there's a bull run happening in the crypto markets. What I really like about him, and this is one of the reasons I started copying him recently, is that he spends a lot of time analyzing the market and the fundamentals and putting his best position forward to basically thrive of what's happening on the market. So if we have if we go to his page, in 2019, he made 33% over the year. Bear in mind, these are all compounded growth, so the profits are reinvested. That's something to bear in mind with copy trader facility. The profits are reinvested back. 2020, 44%, which also was a good year for cryptos, to be fair. And 2021, he's made 3.43% so far. He also writes investment articles. So not only does he work in the sector, he also writes articles. So I was reading his article for the Medium. Yeah, he's written an investment outlook page, and a lot of the factors he considers when he invests is a lot of the macroeconomic indicators, such as what's happening in the global economy, how the pandemic has impacted things like government responses, bank responses, which is why there's been a current, I'd say, boom in cryptocurrencies as well, with the whole DeFi, decentralized finance boom as well, especially given the spending is going to be increasing massively, especially with the whole Biden stimulus package being released today, that people are starting to lose confidence in the value of the US dollar. He's considered different markets as well: equities, fixed income, sustainability, digital technology, fantastic, healthcare. Let's have a look at what he exactly invests in. So he has, so he's got a lot of commodities, as he said. He's got a few large scale companies like Alibaba. It's diversified, but it's not as heavily diversified. However, the ones he has looked at are the ones that currently are booming. For example, gold prices, all-time highs. And also a lot of these copy traders give updates. So you can have a look down here, scroll down, see I've just opened position with 0.81% of equity with 1 times leverage, which is good. I don't like traders that use too much leverage. In fact, I don't like traders who use leverage. That is because of the risk that can go if a certain swing happens in the market and that trader uses a lot of leverage to make that trade. They could get completely wiped out. And that could be your money wiped out if you're copying them. So definitely bear that in mind and check that the trader doesn't use leverage. If it's 1 times leverage, that's basically buying the underlying real asset. So that is fine, as he is mentioned here. Let me know what you guys think of Joey Dijkstra. Leave it in the comments below. Make sure you do your own research, because this is just my experiences with him. Okay guys, number 3, I really like, if you go on to long-term investors, I really like Ishfaq Pirali with a risk factor of 5. And he's made 92.28% return in the last 2 years, which is pretty good. Now, I like that he's a long-term stock investor. Actually, you can specifically go search for long-term stock investors. So what I really like is that this guy actually considers value investing. In 2016, he thought Apple was massively undervalued and he decided to buy shares of the company, even though everyone was selling. And I think that's very important. When the market is boring and no one's really buying, that's an opportunity. When the market is in a bull run or booming, that's when you probably should hold off from buying, because you're probably going to overpay. So I really like his approach when it comes to buying stock when it's undervalued. He's a long-term fundamental value popular investor. Now, all this is all fair enough, but is he actually good? Now let's have a look at his portfolio. I really like his portfolio because he actually uses a lot of ETFs in his investments. So these ETFs themselves would be diversifying his portfolio more. So we can see he's got, I think this is a Korean ETF, sort of like their kind of, this is like a Korean shares index that he has. He's got the silver ETF. You know, he's got a few ETFs here. He's got a gold one. So have a look at his portfolio. For the level of return he provides, I think his risk, well, you'd expect would be higher, maybe even a 6, but it's actually a 5. And he tries to maintain it at around 5, sometimes even 4. See his stats. He's made some good returns over the years. He made 17% return only in Jan, which I think is brilliant. This is his chart. And it makes sense since he is a long-term investor and he does look at the fundamentals. So if we see, yeah, he's bought at relatively good prices, especially around the COVID crash here. And pretty much all of it is up right now. 94%, wasn't it? So guys, I hope that helped you in deciding which traders you could potentially consider investing in. Just remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm telling you my experiences with these traders and the profits I was able to make with them. You've got to do your own research, regardless of what anyone says online, on YouTube, on anything, to be honest. Make sure you do your own research and that you believe in any investment strategy that trader has before you go ahead and invest in them. For example, for me, I believe in technology being the future, and therefore I do like to invest in long-term technology stockholders. That's an example of how you can match your philosophy in investing and what you believe will happen in the world when it comes to how you decide to invest. I hope you guys liked this video. Please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I make new videos every single week. If there's any questions you have with regards to the Etoro copy trader facility, I've now used it enough to be able to answer some of these questions, so leave them in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye.